What's good with y'all? Rohan, RohXO, back on the Loop Side channel. I'm gonna break down like a smooth baby making type of R&B loop. Here it is now. I'm gonna play a little bit of it and just get into it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This loop's a part of my kit with Kai on the beat. I'm gonna have him in the description down below. But before we get into the beat, I want to talk a little bit about Waves. Now, Waves is a site used to upload loops, samples, stems, things of that sort. So as you can see, it's got like a pretty robust user base right here. So if I just click on any of these, you can see a preview of the kit. You can see like legends like Coop the Truth in here, No Fuck in here. So if I can just click this, you can get like a nice little preview. So I ain't gonna play too much of that, but like we go into the pack right here, and as you can see, you can just get your credits by signing up and simply just hit download, and you can have any of these in your desktop to use, and you can just go crazy on a Coop the Truth loop or anything. It's really simple. It's got a great UI. I highly recommend it. I upload here myself if you're trying to check it out. I'm gonna have my link down below, and you can get a discount off that too, so check that out. Alright, so getting back to the loop here, I'm just break these down one by one. First thing we have is a key from Analog Lab. Right here, it's from the Loophole Bank. It's called Pick Up the Phone by Eli Brown Leaflin. That's what it sounds like. So yeah, just a super ambient little key. I just strummed it a bit. This is the MIDI Kai sent me, so salute to him. I kept it that simple. I didn't really fuck around with it too much. I just changed the key and I set the BPM at 95 just for that smooth sort of R&B sort of feel. But for effects on that, a little bit of reverb right there, some RC20, just like a little bit of noise, a little bit of wobble. Got the magnetic effect right there. Nothing too crazy. I cut the highs out. Without that, it sounds like this. So yeah, just like a little bit of saturation at the top I didn't really want because it sounds kind of abrasive. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. We are in C# minor and we're just kind of descending down the scale. I do play like a little note here just to signify like the transition. And you should always just have like a little sort of transition in your melodies and your drums, I feel, when you make beats, because it just lets the listener know they're getting to a new part of the song. So I think that's always cool. I just inverted some stuff here too, just to like give it the rising sort of feel. But yeah, moving on, we have the next sound. It's a pad from Analog Lab. It is the quartet pad from Loophole. Yeah, and it just copies the notes of the keys essentially. I just removed the bass notes, and here's what it sounds like. So yeah, R&B melodies are typically super spacious. It's just all about creating enough space for someone to sing. So like your top notes or like your insane like arpeggios or anything, like they just clash with a singer. So it's best to just leave it open and to focus more on layers rather than like creating insane movements or bounce within your melody. So yeah, I pretty much just mostly focus on layers right here, which is why this loop is so open. That's why I like it so much. But for effects on that, just reverb, the usual, same RC20. I have RC20 on pretty much all these melodies, basically the same thing, because I wanted to feel like it ran through the same processor before it came out. So I want everything kind of uniform. I think that's kind of an underrated thing to do. But then we just got like a EQ right here, cutting out the lows, and that's it. Like I said, I focused a lot on layers, so I got another layer right here. Same MIDI as the last one, I just pitched it up an octave. Here's what it sounds like. And that is another pad from Loophole. It's the Wolves Running pad from Loophole. It's just like a little higher accent just to fill out the sort of main sound more. And then for effects on that, I had the same reverb and RC20, and I just cut out some of the highs again right here. And then for bass, you know, it's on RnB beat without some like hard ass synth bass. So right here, it's the Love bass from Omnisphere. So this is actually a really hard bass. I use it a lot for like Travis Scott type melodies or stuff like that, because I just use the growler moog bass too much. Then I did change some of the things here. So the release is kind of high on this by default. I just put it all the way down. You have to raise the attack a little bit, or like it creates this clicking sound, which you don't really want. Then just go in here and turn off any delay. I don't know why they would ever put delay on a bass, but it's there, it's annoying, so I just take it off. And that's what it sounds like. That's simple, it just follows the bass notes. Nothing to it, no effects on it. I like to keep my basses pretty clean generally, so yeah. And the next thing right here is this Perc Loop I chopped up. Salute to Decap. This is from one of his Drum That Knock Volume 7. I slept on these for a long time. I've had these packs for a while. I just didn't use them too much, but yeah, it's fire. And as you can see, I really chopped it up. There was like a lot of hi-hats and stuff going on, but I wanted to leave this open. Like I said, I just wanted it clean. So it's pretty much just a kick and a snare and a little open hat that layers the snare, but here's what it sounds like. Yeah, super simple, just a kick and a snare really. For effects on that, I got the usual reverb, same RC20, and I used GoodHertz low-high to just cut out the highs of this like a lot, so you really don't get too much saturation up high. And then I cut out some of the lows right here, just to 350 hertz or something, just so that kick isn't too intense and low and doesn't clash too much with the bass or anything like that. Yeah, for next sound right here, I just got a key from Dude Clay's Lovecraft kit. It's a one-shot, and I haven't been using too many one-shots lately, but yeah, this Dude Clay kit's pretty fire, so here's what that sounds like. So for real, it's just like an ambient accent, just sort of in the background. It's not doing too much. For effects on that, just reverb. Usual stuff. Cut out a lot of the highs right here. I cut out about, as you can see, like 3.25k hertz. Same RC20. And yeah, it's just like a little accent in the background. If I play what we have so far, it sounds like this. And that's cool, but I wanted to sort of fill it out a little more. It's still kind of empty, even for an R&B beat. So what I did right here is just essentially reverse this first main melody and just sort of pitch it up, reverse it, and just have it like really faint in the background. So here's what that sounds like. And just remember, so for example, if you reverse it, let me just record this again. If you guys don't know how to record, you can essentially just select whatever part of the song you want to record by hitting right click and then scrolling through. Arm whatever thing in the mixer track you want. Go in here and just hit render to WAV file or Alt R, whatever you want to do. So I'm just doing this to show you guys. And then boom, we have the recording of this. So yeah, if I play that, it's identical, right? But if I reverse it, the bass notes are swapped. So this last part right here is playing in the beginning, this last part right here is playing here, you know. So to do that, to like fix it, essentially you need to move like this one to the front. You can just get rid of all that. Move that, you know, just remember this, because it's gonna sound fucked up if you're like layering a reverse over it. So this will now have like the correct pattern. I do know for this you have to switch these two as well, like I did here, because there's two notes playing in that part. So just remember that, like simple stuff, but it can just fuck up your melody if you're not careful. Then for effects on that, I just got like a little bit of reverb. I decided to sauce it up so it doesn't sound exactly the same. I used this default preset from Portal. I always open Portal to find something like really like trippy and shit, but sometimes I just put on the default preset and it's fire, so I just leave it on. Essentially all that is a gate, so Yeah, so you can just see it's like dipping in and out like pretty quick. It's pretty subtle actually, so I didn't fuck it up too much. A little bit of highs being cut out right here. Cut out like a lot of the lows, about 650 hertz, like a go-to number for me. I don't know why, I just like it. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Last thing right here is a vocal from Splice. This is from the Lovesick RnB Soul Pack on Splice. So salute to Splice, salute to them. This is what it sounds like. Yeah, I think these vocals are hard. Like they leave a lot of space. They're dead simple. It's just like a little hit at the start. And yeah, all I did for this was I pitched it up and I put it on the right BPM. Like just use a stretch and just stretched it out to the right BPM. So for effects on that, I have reverb. I just upped all the settings, my usual settings, the same RC20. I use this radio preset in here. I use that for like my vocals, kind of a go-to. It just sounds hard. Without it, it just sounds like this. So yeah, it almost sounds like the main vocal. You don't want it at that point. You need a room for the artist to like do their thing. So yeah, I cut out some of the lows right here. You already know, and I used the stereo imagers to widen it to make it sound like more epic. So you might notice this little alter bar right here. This is by Soundtoys. It essentially has a bunch of like cool vocal presets. You don't need to just put on vocals, but it has this formant tool and this pitch tool, which allows you to repitch and reform it, which is kind of like changing the pitch, but doesn't actually change the key. It just sort of brings out different frequencies in like a strange way. It's cool, but yeah. So for variation, I have it essentially have the mix level turned up for the second half, and what that does essentially is like create like a higher octave for the next part. Whereas right here, because without it, like both of these sound pretty much the same, both of these variations. But if I add it, it adds like a different dynamic to the second half. So this is what it sounds like without the little alter boy. It's damn near identical. Whereas if I turn this on, it just sounds like smoother, bro. It sounds different. It sounds cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the loop, man. Nothing to it. Check out Midnight 3 by me and Kai. This is a fire kit. Got more vibes like this, more emotional stuff, more just chill stuff. Just have a kid. Just have a kid too. I don't know. It's good. Yeah, check out Waves too. I got my affiliate link down in the description. I'm gonna keep posting that. But yeah, fuck with Waves. Fuck with Waves, fuck with Loopside, fuck with Midnight 3, and just stay looped in. Peace out.